Hi everyone, Greeno here and welcome to another video here on Greeno Eats. Now I'm back in the UK after my little Central European trip and it's a glorious day here. It's almost as nice as it was over there. Today I am down in Poole in Dorset. Reason for that is there is a street food festival in a place called Beta Park here, just down by the seaside. Nice and sunny, lots of different street food stalls from around the world. Let's get in and see what we can find to eat. Come on. Right then folks, so we have come into the festival. It was free to get in. We had to book tickets online to make sure we could get in, but the tickets were free. And there's a lot of different stuff in here, to be honest, and a lot of people already. We're here about, where are we? 20 past 1 in the afternoon on a Saturday, and it's pretty popular. And there's all sorts of different stuff here. There's fried chicken, there's some Afghan street food, which we're keen to try. There's a Jamaican place, a couple of different places doing burgers and smoked meats, all sorts of different stuff. So there's pretty much something for everyone, really. Hot dog place, there's churros for the kids, all that sort of stuff. Bubble tea, which Little'un's got her eyes on. So we're gonna have a little mooch around, see what we can see, and get some various different bits from different stalls, and hopefully try some cuisines we're not really very familiar with. That Afghan one sounds really interesting to me. Definitely gonna give that a go. And just in case you're wondering, I haven't come on my own. We've got Mrs Greeno with us. And sat on the ground over there is Little'un. The green age is at work. She's missing out. So I think this is the first place that we're actually going to try the Afghan street food. They do Afghan wraps, rice boxes, chip boxes, that sort of thing. The Afghan wrap sounds really nice. Marinated chicken thighs in a fresh naan, black pepper yogurt, mixed salad, boiled potatoes, and a green secret sauce. Sounds good to me. Let's get one. They're cooking all the chicken thighs here on a big open grill, and the smells coming off it are incredible. Really looking forward to this wrap. We ordered the wrap. It's taken a little while to cook, so Little'un has decided sit in the shade for a little bit, take it easy. Right, as I already pointed out, it is a nice warm day, and seeing as we're queuing out in the sunshine for the food, only one thing for it. Nice Heller's lager in a plastic cup, but there we are. Tasty still. Number 17 there, buddy. Thank you very much.
80.
And look at this wrap. Loads of chicken in there, salad, various sauces, in a lovely flatbread. Can't wait to give this a try. Right, this looks really good. And it smells great. It's kind of like a minty kind of smell coming off of it. The bread is lovely and soft. That's great. The chicken's got a lovely char on it. Been cooked on that grill. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. Now, just to let everyone know, we're all going to be sharing the items that we're getting here today. So there'll be a bit of me eating, a bit of Mrs Greeno, a bit of Little'un, I guess. But me first. Come on, I'm the star of the channel, aren't I? No, I'm not the star of the channel, according to Little'un. Anyway, let's give this a bite. Oh, wow. That chicken is so tender and juicy. God, that's good. The bread's really soft. And that minty sauce, I've never really tasted that flavour before. It's kind of a bit like a mint sauce you might find in Indian cookery a little bit, but with a more pronounced mint flavour. The salad in there is nice and fresh and crunchy. That is spectacular. The charring on that chicken gives it such a lovely, almost burnt flavour on the outside, but the chicken inside is really succulent. Have I really got to share this with Mrs Greeno and Little'un? I could eat the whole thing myself. Just out of the last couple of bites here, both Little'un and Mrs Greeno have been really enjoying this. The flavours in it are great. I'm not sure what the Afghan spices are, but we've discovered there was a little bit of kind of potato in there, a yogurty sauce. But all the flavours go together so well. I've got to say, the quality of that chicken, the softness of the bread in that wrap, and the crunch of the salad, it's just an absolute delight to eat. This cost £10, which I think, for this kind of street food place, is really good value. We'll see how everything else stacks up value-wise as we go around, but this, yeah, it's an absolute winner. Right folks, so what we have here is a Jamaican jerk chicken dish. So you can see here we have the jerk chicken, good portion of it there. We have the rice and peas with a little bit of gravy on it and some steamed vegetables. I don't know what vegetables they are, but they're steamed. And a load of extra sort of jerk sauce put on the top there. So, if you want to focus up on me, Mrs Greeno, we're going to give this a try. So I've got, first of all, we'll try the rice and peas. Obviously it's not peas as we know it, it's kidney beans, so. The rice is nicely cooked. The jerk sauce has got a kind of sweet spiciness. It could be warmer. They were just in little trays on hot plates there. So I guess, you know, it just is what it is when you're at a place like this. I'm going to get a bit of the rice and some of this veg. It looks like there's cabbage in here, peppers, carrots, so I'm dropping it everywhere. Got a nice little crunch to it. Not bad at all. Nice flavour. Again, could be a little warmer, but not too bad. We ordered a large portion. There was a choice of a standard portion or a large one. We went with a large one. The standard was £14, the large was 16. So for the sake of a couple of quid, it just seemed to make sense. Anyway, we tried all of the side bits. Let's give the actual chicken a go. So again, this has been cooked on like an open barbecue, little smoker kind of thing. So it's got a lovely charring on the outside. Let's give it a try. Nice crisp to the outside of the chicken. It's a little drier than we had in the Afghan wrap, but it's very flavoursome. So where it's been cooked on that barbecue, I don't know if it's skin on here or just the outside of the chicken, it's gone quite tough, a little bit chewy. But the chicken inside is pretty good, but just maybe it's just cooked a touch too long. But the jerk flavour with it is delicious. Nice and sticky. Yeah, this is not bad. Not as good as the Afghan wrap was. But as a kind of introduction to Jamaican food, with which we're not particularly familiar as a family, it has to be said, this isn't bad. Trying to let Mrs Greeno and Little'un have a go. What's that chicken get, kiddo? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs up. Mrs Greeno's going in for some of the rice and the veg. What do we think of that? Quite plain in flavour, isn't it? The rice and the veg. Not highly seasoned or anything, but then you get a bit of that jerk seasoning in there, and it really livens it up. The rice is cold, the veg is cold, but the flavour is good. But the chicken's the best bit, isn't it, by far? Right, overall opinions on the jerk chicken with rice and peas and veg and whatever. It was okay. We think it's overpriced at £16. The rice and peas, cold. The veggies, cold. The chicken, really nice flavour to it though. Possibly a touch overcooked, but I guess it's hard to kind of judge when you're doing mass catering like this. When you've got a really hot barbecue going, and sometimes things are going to get a little bit over, a little bit under. But the flavour of it, I'd say the jerk flavour is really nice. The barbecue flavour on the outside of the chicken, again nice. The chicken by far the star of the show. But if that's 16 quid and the Afghan wrap we had was a tenner, I'll take the Afghan wrap all day long. Right, what's next? Well, we've got a choice of two different places here that I'm thinking about right now. We have the Little Smoker here, doing a load of kind of different smoked meats and what have you. And then immediately to the right, we have the duck and chicken. Now, Mrs Greeno's had her eye on some duck fries here. Which are like dirty fries topped with some duck in hoisin or something like that. Sounds right up her street, that. So maybe we'll get that first, and then I'll get my smoked meat after. While I've been here in the queue for the duck fries, Little'un has been off and got herself a bubble tea. Keep her cool on this sunny afternoon. So what you got there? Dragon fruit flavoured, I think. And strawberry bubbles and strawberry jelly in there. Very sweet, very sickly. And right up your street. Yes? There we go. There's the duck fries. Skinny little fries, a load of crispy duck on the top, and some hoisin sauce. Let's go give it a try. Right, a bit of a change from the norm here. Mrs Greeno wanted the duck fries, so we're going to let her have the first go. I'm very benevolent like that. So, duck first. Look at that. Really nice coating of hoisin on there. Is it going to bring a smile or a frown? Definitely a smile to the face of Mrs Greeno. If we take a look at the portion here, you can see there's a lot of duck on the top of there. Nice amount of sauce that's going to soak all into those fries. They're only skinny little fries, just normal, cheap enough fries, I think. Careful of the fork there, dear, because you nearly lost it. There we go, just a regular fry. They're very hot though, just come out the fryer. Any good, the fries, or just really bog standard?
Cheap fries.
Just cheap fries. Good enough though, as a little base for all of that duck.
Yeah, good.
How does it compare to the Jamaican food we just had? Better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Better. Yeah.
So right now,
Not as good as the Afghan one.
yeah, right now the Afghan one is top. This is second,
Yeah.
and the Jamaican one third.
Yeah, it's good though.
I've prized it out of Mrs Greeno's hands. So we're going to give it a try. So here's a bit of the duck here. Got a nice crisp to the outside of it. Perhaps a touch on the dry side. Let's try a bit further down here without any of the sauce on. Oh, that's better. The hoisin sauce is nice and sweet. You can't complain about the portion of duck they put on the top of there. Considering just a portion of fries, I think, was £5 or £6, and this is £9 with the duck and the hoisin on. The fries, as Mrs Greeno alluded to, are pretty standard, just like burger shop fries, if you know what I mean. Almost like Mackie D's fries. But with that sauce, it does actually work quite nicely. I'm not sure having duck and hoisin on top of fries is something I'd be in a rush to do again. I think if you're going to do dirty fries, things like chilli and cheese sauce and all of that work better. I'm over here, dear. Mrs Greeno's filming something behind me. But it's not a bad portion. The duck tastes quite nice. Interesting to try. Probably wouldn't have it again. Right, Mrs Greeno and Little'un are finishing off those duck fries. I'm going to get myself some smoked meat. Here we go. This is my smoky kind of bowl. We've got what looks like some brisket there, a bit of pulled pork, some pickled onions, some salad, some slurry kind of stuff, and a nice bread roll for it to go in as well. This has cost me £12, but there seems to be a decent portion of meat there, so it's not too bad, is it? Right, so this looks pretty attractive, doesn't it? There's a lot of nice vibrant colours here in the salady bits. Nice bit of slaw there, the pickled red onions, some shredded lettuce and whatever underneath. And around here is where the meat is. We've got a bit of barbecue sauce on the top there, a bit of parsley over the top. And I think this is just pulled pork here, and some beef, some brisket too. So let's start with the brisket. That's always my favourite. A bit of beef. There we are. So it's been pulled, so it's all nice and stringy, as you can see there. Let's get it in me. Oh yes. That's really soft, really tender. Not too crazy a smoky flavour, but it's very, very nicely cooked. That barbecue sauce adds a real nice sweetness to it all. That's really good. Let's try this pulled pork as well. You can see here, nicely shredded up. Lovely. That has a nice flavour too. Again, very, very soft, almost like butter. And once again, the barbecue sauce adds even more sweetness. The pork is a bit of a sweeter meat than the beef, of course. But yeah, that's really tasty. I imagine the pickled onions are going to go very nicely with this. Obviously the barbecued meats are quite rich. It's only quite lightly pickled. Again, a little bit sweet, but it cuts through the richness of all of that smoked meat, as I'm sure this slaw will do. That's got a cumin or something in the slaw there, which makes it a slightly more interesting flavour. And some nice fresh salad there. The guy was chopping the salad as I was waiting for my order. So I know it's nice and fresh. Hasn't been sat out in the sunshine all day. A burger bun's just a burger bun to go with it. A little bit of bread so you can make a little sandwich if you want. But yeah, overall, nice fresh tasting, nice tasty meats, cooked well. Is it as good as the Afghan wrap? No. But for me, it's definitely better than the duck fries and definitely better than that Jamaican food we had. Second best thing I've eaten today. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon now. I think the food vendors are in a bit of a lull because by far the biggest queue right now is here for the bars. And yes, that is Mrs Greeno, you can see there, queuing up for a cider, I think. So I think we might have the last thing of the day here. We were trying to find some shade and Mrs Greeno spotted a place doing gyros or however you pronounce it. And they did it with chicken and halloumi. It's got fries in there, all in a nice soft bread. Loads of sort of tzatziki sauce on there, fresh salad. What was that, £14? £14. So not a cheap option, but £2 cheaper than Jamaican food we had, and it looks better than that, that's for sure. Let's get it in us. This has got some weight to it. Goodness me. It's definitely the heaviest thing we've bought all day, undoubtedly. So it's got these nice like skin-on fries in there, which in fairness are well cooked. A nice soft flatbread. The chicken here, nice and soft and tender. Personally, I would have preferred the lamb doner, but Mrs Greeno doesn't like lamb, and she was the one queuing for it, so she got the chicken. Right, there's no point picking at this, is there? Just get on with it. Not quite sure where to attack it from, but oh yeah. There's like a garlic sauce in there and a minty yogurt sauce. They work together quite nicely. The salad again is really nice and fresh and crispy. The meat is very, very soft. Could possibly do with a little more flavour from the marinade, I think. Unless it's just being washed away a bit by the salad and everything. But that is very tasty. How do I think it compares to what we've had already today? I'd say I'd prefer the flavour of the Afghan wrap. But I think I like this better than I like that barbecue food. So for me, this now takes second place from what we've had today. We've got the Afghan wrap, this, the barbecue food, the duck fries, and the Jamaican food. In that order, I think. Oh, I haven't even tried the halloumi. Nice big chunks of halloumi here, look at that. Well, that's nice with that yogurty minty dressing on. Yeah. Overall, I think this is very, very nice. But if I had to choose between this and the Afghan one would win. Well then, folks, so we have done the Dorset Street Food Festival. We've been here probably about, I don't know, best part of 4 hours, I reckon, grazing as we go along. 5 different stalls we visited. The 2 with the wraps were the best by a long way. Mrs Greeno and Little'un think that gyros or gyros that we had right at the end was the best. I still reckon it was the Afghan one we had at the start. They were the 2 stars of the show, definitely anyway. The Jamaican food, yeah, it was okay. The chicken was nice, but everything else was a bit cold. The barbecue thing wasn't too bad. Enjoyed that. And the duck fries, well, Mrs Greeno and Little'un loved them. I thought they were just okay. Anyway, lots of good stuff here. I guess they'll be here again next year. I think they're here every year about this time, end of June. Lots of different stalls, there's music going on in the background, there's children's entertainers. It's a nice little afternoon out if the weather's good like it is today. Right then folks, so if you've enjoyed this video looking at the Dorset Street Food Festival here down at Beta Park in Poole, don't forget, leave a thumbs up on there for me, does help with the channel. And if you're new around here and you like what you've seen, why not consider clicking the subscribe button, ding your little bell for notifications, and that way you won't miss anything that comes up on the channel. Right, I'm off to apply some after sun. Caught the sun a little bit this afternoon, and yeah, find somewhere shady to sit down. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.